What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another MLB High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into that $50 giveaway. This is the final day before I choose the winner on Monday, so this is the final video to do so. So make sure you comment anything down below in the comments section. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Last night was another great night for DFS. We're going on 3 in a row for DFS. 3 in a row straight for DFS. Last night was our first legit L. We hit one. We had 4 picks that we liked yesterday. The rest of the board kind of sucked. It was one of those days where early on I was like, these lines are kind of, it's not the greatest slate for prize picks, but I found 4 that I liked decently. One of them hit green, one of them tied, and 2 missed. So it was one of those days, you know what I mean? But that's our only losing day out of the last 12 days. So I'm excited to bounce right back. We do have a juicy slate here today, baby. I mean, there's a lot of games. Very, very excited to get our 3rd win in a row for DFS and also sweep on prize picks. The picks that I was able to get in early last night. As you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter at Cam_ATL, right? Every single night, prize picks around 11 p.m. Central, maybe midnight. Yesterday they dropped them pretty early, which was amazing. I was able to get them out real quickly and get some sleep. But sometimes they won't drop them till midnight, and then I'll immediately go in. So pretty much as soon as the slate locks, here's my routine. As soon as the day's slate locks, I immediately look at the next day's slate of pitchers and look at their matchups and then get together what pitchers I like and what number I want them at, like what K rate I want them at. That way, when it drops at midnight, I can literally go on and be like, okay, that's too low, that's too low, that's too low. Boom, 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 boom. Get them up within minutes, and we have the picks before they adjust the next day or before they adjust quickly sometimes. You know, sometimes they'll adjust pretty quickly. So you have to really get in, get the best lines, and then get out. And that's what we've really been taking advantage of, and that's why we've been absolutely dominating. So the strategy we've been using has been fantastic. We've been dominating, and the lines that I was able to get last night are juicy. So I'm excited for prize picks and DFS potential tonight. It's going to be a big day. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. Let's get it. So, first and foremost, let's talk pitching. All right. On this slate today, Robbie Ray is my number 1, and then Eric Lauer is my number 2. Robbie Ray's going against the Angels. We all know that K rate for the Angels. It's horrible. Robbie Ray has some of the best stuff of all pitchers in the league. This is a fantastic spot for him here, and he's at home in Seattle, pitcher-friendly ballpark. I really love this spot for Robbie Ray. Not much to overthink here. He's only 8'9", probably got the best K rate by far on the slate. Well, him and Dylan Cease have 2 of the best K rates in the league. And Cease is 10-4 compared to Robbie Ray at 8'9". This is just a misprice. I'm all over Robbie Ray at 8'9" with that K rate he has, and that the CSW percent that he has, called strike plus whip, that I've been talking about, is really high as well for Robbie Ray, especially at home here. So the Angels already strike out a ton. This is just a recipe for him to absolutely dominate. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get like 11 Ks tonight. Eric Lauer at home in Milwaukee going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been one of the bottom teams in the league versus left-handed pitching lately. They've been striking out a ton. Lauer has a very solid K rate, especially while he's at home in Milwaukee. He's only 8K. I just really love this spot for Lauer here. I'm all over it. When it comes to the pitching on this slate, outside of Robbie Ray, Dylan Cease, Lauer, there's not a ton of guys I really, really love on this slate. There's a lot of guys that I feel like picking on, but there's not a lot of guys that I really, really love on this slate. So Robbie Ray and Lauer and Cease are kind of a big step above everyone else when it comes to matchup wise and all that. Dean Kramer can be considered. I liked him over 4.5 on price picks. Dean Kramer at 6'6" feels like a solid bet here. At home, he's got a solid K per 9, almost 9 per 9, which means a K per inning on average. Going against Pittsburgh, who strikes out a lot, so you should be able to see, we might see about 6 Ks out of Dean Kramer here. Really like this spot for him at 6'6" if you really need the value. But, I mean, at 6'6", and then you got Lauer at 8K, it's just the talent level's higher for Lauer. And I haven't really needed to save money. So Robbie Ray and Eric are the 2 guys that I'm going to roll with here. Let's talk hitters. First hitter I want to talk about, let's talk about first base. We have Derek Hall that I want to talk about. Now, I'm hoping the ownership's fairly low on him. Here's the deal. Josiah Gray is not good on the road versus lefties at all. Okay. Um, he's just not good at all. He gives up a ton of home runs. He gives up a ton of power to lefties on the road. And this is a great spot for a guy like Derek Hall, who's got a ton of power. He's hitting a 400 ISO at home versus right-handed pitching. Derek Hall is a fantastic option here, in my opinion. I'm really yesterday. So what happened yesterday is I had a Philly stack. Right, I was loving Philly. Hoskins, Castellanos, Romuto, all these guys that I really, really liked, right? It was a blessing in disguise, really. So I really liked the Philly spots. Obviously, they were in fantastic positions. Hoskins ended up homering, had a solid, solid game. But the rain looked like an issue, and I was worried that the game would not go the full game, which it didn't. It ended in, what, 4 or 5 innings? And I was like, you know what? Yes, Hoskins might homer like he did. Yes, these guys might do well, but if they're going to be high owned and this game's not going to go a full nine, at least I don't feel like it's going to go a full nine, I'm fading it completely. I'm stacking up St. Louis, and it worked out like a charm. It was beautiful. We ended up smashing last night. Yeah, I stacked up St. Louis. I faded Philly completely, and it ended up being fantastic. So it's really, you just got to really, go with what you're getting, man. You got to pay attention to that weather. It's important. But yeah, Derek Hall, as a lefty in a high Vegas total, by the way, he should be batting sixth or so in this Philly offense. So good spot in the order, high total versus a pitcher who struggles versus lefty power. This dude's got a 400 ISO at home versus righties. Great spot for Derek Hall. Speaking of a guy who struggles versus lefties, we have Brian Garcia. Brian Garcia struggles bad at home versus lefties. All right, at home versus lefties, he is bad. And Brandon Lowe, that's not good against a guy like Brandon Lowe. Tampa Bay has a solid team total. He's going to be batting obviously around second in the order. He's only 4.6, which seems just too cheap in my opinion. He dropped down from 5K to 4.6 in a great matchup. He hasn't been 4.6 since, when's the last time he was 4.6? He was 4.3 on July 23rd. So it's been a minute. So Brandon Lowe at 4.6, fantastic option in this great plus matchup. Tampa Bay's a solid stack option today. Brian Garcia struggles versus lefties. This is a great spot for Brandon Lowe to really shine. All right, last but not least, I talked about Josiah Gray struggling versus lefties, so you have to go with the dude who could double dong today. Kyle Schwarber's probably my favorite bat on the entire slate. This is my double dong call of the night. I think this dude hits 2 home runs against Josiah tonight, unless they walk him intentionally every time. At 5.4, you're having to spend a little bit on him, but he's probably overall my favorite bat on the slate. Kyle Schwarber is a righty masher. At home, he's just crazy good. Josiah Gray on the road versus lefties is just horrible. Yeah, yeah. I just love this spot here. Not much to really talk about here. Kyle Schwarber's the guy you want when it comes to spend ups. He's got double dong upside. And if Philly left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth with what happened last night and their ownership is low, that'll be fantastic. I don't necessarily think that'll happen, but either way, I don't really care about it. Kyle Schwarber's a guy that I'm getting in regardless. Fantastic spot. All right. High five is Robbie Ray, Eric Lauer or Lauer. I'm not sure if I'm saying his last name right. Derek Hall, Brandon Lowe, and Kyle Schwarber is the high five. Good luck, everybody. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. Obviously, once MLB Live prize picks drop, I'll be taking a look at that, seeing if we can take advantage of any good lines for the pitches thrown in the first inning and stuff. I really liked that stat to look at. We've been doing a solid job on those as well. So I'll be adding prize picks as the day goes on, as long as I feel comfortable with them. My whole thing is if I have a very, very, very good reason to play these guys, I'll play these guys. Outside of that, I don't force anything. I just want to get that W, that profit every night, and just move on to the next day. So I don't like forcing anything. So I'll be researching it, breaking it down, and we'll see. But yeah, when MLB Live prize picks drop, I'll be breaking into that. But I don't know necessarily if I'm going to be adding any more strikeout ones. I mean, we grabbed 5 strikeout props at 10:30 last night. As soon as they dropped them, we grabbed them immediately and posted them on the site. And a lot of you got in and got them early, which is fantastic. Super happy about that, man, because 3 out of the 5 have changed come this morning, and I believe the other 2 will also adjust soon. So we really got them at good numbers, and I'm really excited about the potential for tonight. Once again, tonight I'll be doing the same thing. Our access will reset come about 9:30, 10 o'clock or so. We go in and we reset for the next day. That way you guys can come in and get those early prize picks for the next day and still have your access fine and all that good stuff. All right? Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. Let's get this money tonight. Let's have a big day, and I'm out. Peace.